So as predicted, it did kick us out the same as Wednesday evening. So we're just doing maybe a couple of minutes delay while we set up a custom grid. Clearly I'm a bit of a jinx though. Clearly. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. It's always my fault. Michael, my top three was Chubbs, Yarham and Panda. That was my top three. Probably miles off, they usually are. I have a horrendous record for predictions. Hopefully it'll not be too long. Get started. Hopefully. Seems that we're readying up, so we should be getting underway very shortly. I'm going to get Zandvoort underway. Just for anyone that's wondering, next week is... what is next week again? I'll have to look at it later on, I forgot now. Next week is Azerbaijan. Oh god, it's Baku. Oh blimey no. So there's 6 rounds this season. Baku, if anyone is not familiar with FTRL races at Baku, they are a hell of an eventful. The last race I commentated on at Baku was with Lee Cole, and it was the most craziest race I've ever commentated on in my life. It was crashes galore, people overtaking, retirement, safety cars everywhere. It was a hell of an eventful race. So we should have another safety car. Safety car? Formation lap, sorry. Losing the plot. So many loading screens on F1. Always takes forever to load everything. So formation lap, lap begins once again. Oh. Seems to be, appears to be on the medium tyres. He's not supposed to be. Evening, Lennon. Joining us for some fun at Zandvoort. So, we'll see. But Johan is definitely not supposed to be starting on those tyres. He's supposed to be starting on the softs. That was explicitly said in the chat. So he's been a bit of a naughty boy. Starting on them. So what happens anyway. So just come around to form the grid now. See what happens out of this. Hopefully everyone lining up now that the start gets off without any hitches this time. Hopefully we don't have any restarts to come. Get underway finally for round 1 of Formula Performance here at Zandvoort. I've no idea, Lennon, but we'll see how that goes after the race. But anyway, 5 red lights, and we're away for round 1 of Zandvoort. Johan doesn't get a very good start. Captain Chubbs has jumped him into turn 1. So the Haas up into P1 of Captain Chubbs. P3 is FTRL Panda, has jumped Michael, who's in P4. They'll get through it quite nicely. Everyone seems perfectly clean at the moment. Bernard just there, just behind the two, in front of the 2 racing points. That racing point's trying to get down the inside, and that's the Corboy. It's not glitched again, Lennon, it's just the left hand side always does it at the start. But Captain Chubbs leads from Yarham in P2. Westgart trying to get past Michael C. We've got Corboy and Bernard having a bit of a battle there. Bernard in P7. And then we get City Polish Blue, another racing point behind. Aaron's up to P9 and the Williams. We've got the first of the medium runners, and Pagani is that Mikey's off. He's round at the final corner on traction. We've got the Pagani making a move there. Pagani making a move round the outside of Lico, all the way around the outside. Excellent move there from Pagani round the outside of turn 1. Yellow flags in sector 1 at the moment for that accident. Evening Scuba. So Yarham in P2, bearing in mind he did start on the wrong tyres, so he might be P2, but I'm not sure he's going to be P2 at the end of the race. I'm not sure what will happen with that. Captain Chubbs anyway leads 0.4 of a second on the soft tyre. Yarham in P2 on the mediums. Then we got Panda and the other Alpha in P3. Westgart P4. Why does the pit stop strategy keep coming up? Stop coming up. Seeing you now. P5 is Michael, and then we've got the 2 racing points of Cowboy and City Posh Blue following closely behind. So Michael's not had the best starts, dropped down from P3. Panda overtook him, and then Wesker got past him as well. Wesker's had a good start, up 2 places as well. Right, both racing points up 1 place. Mikey's all the way down in 16th as the racing point pulls out to the left. Gonna have to go the long way around. Cowboy all the way around the outside. Michael gives him the room. I think he's got that move done. Excellent move once again round the outside there. Seems to be a popular overtaking spot round the outside of turn 1, and gets up. Michael going slowly round there. City Posh nearly tapped the back of him. Is he coming around now for the fast left rights? Aaron P8 in the Williams at 1.1 seconds behind his best bud, I think we'll call him, City Posh. Those two are the 2 P's in the pod at the moment. And we've got Bernard MP9 in the soft tyre Megatrons, the front of the medium runners, other than Yarham, he's not supposed to be. Pagani MP11, and then we've got Lee Cole P12, and then Zombie behind, who's getting closely followed here from a Goykarp. Goykarp, ooh, breaks a bit late there. Did that in his qualifying laps, that's not helped him, and he's now dropped a bit of weight. Seems to be getting that a bit out of shape there. Captain Chubbs leads 0.6 of a second over Yarham. Panda not far behind. City Posh Blue gets past Michael, just seen there in the background. That must be at turn 1 again. Turn 1, as we expected to be the most popular place for overtaking around here. There's not really anywhere else to overtake. So everyone doing the moves there. Aaron's now right on the back of Michael. Michael's had a terrible opening few laps. So he started P3, he's now P7. He's not had any incidents really. And he's really wide there on the outside, picking up that gravel on the outside of that corner, the right hander, and he's Williams is right over the back of that McLaren. Aaron really seems to have got his teeth stuck into this game. He seems very, very quick. Even in the Williams, he's making moves up the field. Jeez, very nice to see. He's got the DRS. This is the only other place he can really overtake, possibly down the inside, but he thinks better of it. Lovely helicopter shot here of that Williams fighting with the McLaren to come through the penultimate corner. Michael running very dangerously on the outside there, very close to touching the gravel on the outside, which you don't want to be doing. It'll spin you off. But this is going to be an easy move here, you would think, as he has the DRS round the outside. Aaron gets past comfortably before turn 1. Good move there. Aaron up to P7, and then we've got a move going up front as well for P2. Panda has made his way through turn 1 as well, ahead of Yarham, and that is Wesker as well, trying to go past Yarham as well. He's on the outside. Yarham on the inside, defending it. Nice defensive driving there, gets it very nicely done there, just defending from Wesker behind. Wesker looks like he wants to get a bit of a move on there. He's nearly pushing him around the corner. Come to that left-hander. They have to DRS, but it's that short of straight. I don't think it's enough to really make a difference unless he uses a hell of a lot of overtake. But yeah, he's going to sit back through that chicane. But Yarham gets a nice run out through that corner, but only 4 attempts away, and Cowboy not far behind as well. Lee Cole making a move on Casey Bernard, but we'll stick on board with this as he gets in the slipstream. Whether that he's going to be close enough here. It's a really short straight still, even though it's the longest, and he just doesn't have the pace yet to do it. Bit of a wider line there from Yarham. It doesn't really get the best exit off the corner. Really close there, going around the left-hander, trying to find a way through. Bernard and Zombie having a bit of a battle. Bernard in the Ferrari, Zombie on the hard tyre, Bernard's on the soft tyre, so completely different compounds, and Goy's right behind this as well. Going board with Goy. Have a look at this battle here. Lovely camera shot of those kind of fast S's at the start of the lap. So come through that right-hander, trying to hunt for a move. Goy looks quick in that Red Bull. Didn't have a good qualifying, didn't really get a lap in Ferrari takes a bit of a different line there. Zombie right on the back, but Goy looks the fastest of the two at the moment. Zombie's going to have the DRS. Dies it down the inside. Bernard gives him the room. Goy's going to try and go all the way around the outside there. Oh, he's tapped the wall though. Has he got any damage from that? I think he might have got lucky there. It doesn't look like he's got any damage. Megatron tapped the wall there, but like I said, he had overtook Pagani in P8. Front runner, all the mediums, all the Yarham, obviously. Captain Chubbs getting closely followed by FTRL Panda on lap 7 here. The first race Formula performance, 6 rounds. Once again, Panda showing his pace. He likes Formula performance. He's won it twice before. He's won half of all the seasons that we've done a Formula performance. Megatron in the pits. He's on the hard tyre. It says he's went on to now. Comes out right at the very back of the field. Keeping an eye on this battle though between the Haas and the Alfa Romeo behind. Yarham MP3 on those medium tyres. Race will start coming to him. Let's see what happens here with Captain Chubbs. He thought he might have been diving in the pits there. He was that far over, but he's just getting out of the slipstream. Panda's going to try and go all the way around the outside. He might try and do a bit of a cut back, but Captain Chubbs kind of stops that, keeps it on the inside enough that there's no way to really overtake. Panda goes to a bit of a wide line, trying to get a good exit for this fast, flat out section here. Through the kind of S section. Panda right on the back now, trying to look for an overtake. Nowhere to really overtake though round here. This part of the lap. Yarham's within DRS range, Wesker as well, and Corboy. So the front 5 all within DRS range of each other. So Captain Chubbs is a bit of a cork in the bottle at the moment. Everyone's catching up to him, and Panda, you can tell, just wants to get a bit of a move on, get past him on lap 8. The two Ferraris are close together on the track as well. Bernard and Mikey, Lico and Michael C having a battle as well. Lico round the outside of Michael C. Michael C trying to defend. He had a good qualifying, but he's not having a good race so far. As they come down to that chicane, he's got the inside line, Lico, so gets past Michael, and now Michael has dropped down all the way to P10, and the person behind him is his teammate Zombie and the other McLaren. So back out front, 310 separates the front two. Panda not able to overtake yet on that straight. Really no place to overtake on, and it's not really long enough that the DRS has that much of effect, and Captain Chubbs must be using his ERS to good effect. Both of them have used their ERS quite a bit. Yarham there in P3, right on the back of Panda now as well, on those medium tyres that are starting to come towards him. So going around, got the DRS now. They've all got the DRS, City Posh Blue, and a bit of no man's land in P6. He's got 3, kind of roughly the same gap ahead as he has behind. Nowhere to really go. Pagani sitting quite nicely in P8, also on the medium tyre, so he might be able to move, maybe jump City Posh or Aaron towards the end of this race on a slightly more. Who's that dived into the pits there? Captain Chubbs is the first to go into the pits. He was the kind of cork in a bottle, so that releases Panda up into the lead of the race. Yarham just behind. Wesker's dropped off a little bit from the back of Yarham, but he's got Corboy all over the back of him. Captain Chubbs is shoving on the hard tyre, and I imagine that'll be him to the end of the race. 26 laps he's got to do on those hard tyres. That'll be to the end of the race, I'd imagine. Panda got about a 5-10, 6-10 gap behind him now. He'll be in the not too distant future. Yarham will be able to go a bit longer, so he'll have a shorter second stint, but whatever race result he gets is going to be provisional. See what happens with that tyre situation. So go through, lovely helicopter shot once again. at this point in the race. Yarham's obviously going to have the better grip. That's it. Runs longer into the race. The mediums start coming into their own more. And well, Panda, he's not coming into the pits this lap at least. But that's Wesker coming into the pits, which releases Corboy. Can he chase up to the back of these two? And Panda comfortably stays ahead of the other Alfa Romeo at the moment. So that releases Aaron up to P5 as well. Pagani's up to P6. Aaron doing a solid job. 4 seconds behind City Posh. City Posh is dropping off from the back of Corboy and moving away from Aaron, so he's becoming even more isolated on his own. P4 at the moment, that's not net P4. Mikey's also in the pits, Bernard's in the pits. So most of the soft runners are still running, but some of them have come in now. Captain Chubbs and Wesker. Brutus Beer moves up as everyone comes into the pits, but Aaron in P5 at the moment. Panda still leads out front, 0.5 of a second. Comfortable out front, not really anything to worry about at the moment. It's not, you need to be really close here, you need to be kind of within about 0.4, you would say. As also Panda's coming in this lap, he does do it, and that's Corboy I think coming in as well. Yep, it is. So City Posh Blue carries on, and then we've got, see, it says the one-stop strategy is open for that. A couple of these guys are pitted a little bit earlier, so a couple of these guys might have to run a little bit later, a little bit longer than you probably want to, but I'd imagine they'll still comfortably get to the end on those tyres. City Posh Blue has come out in P7. Sorry, Corboy come out in P7, not City Posh Blue, I think I said that. So Corboy's come out just back behind Wesker, who's still behind Captain Chubbs. Panda has come out back ahead in P4. But that's put Pagani up into P3, City Posh into P2, and Yarham up into the lead of the race. See what happens though. This battle, Wesker, Corboy looks very racy at the moment. Well, the guys ahead of him have better qualifying, but he seems to have the better race pace at the moment. And that racing point, possibly not the best track for the racing point this one, in fairness. A lot of corners, and obviously the update hasn't been done yet to readdress the performance of the cars. So as much as now this is probably an excellent track for the racing points, it seems to be quite good on the downforce tracks. I think that's Lee Cole dives into the pits there. City Posh and Yarham into the pits as well. So Pagani now takes the race lead. FTRL Panda is in P2, and imagine he'll be on the back of the two former winners. They'll be very close together in half a lap, I'd imagine. Just making Brutus getting past zombie pits. So, interestingly, City. But why is Tite ML Yarham? Did he have a dodgy lap or something? I mean, I know he pitted, but he's came out in P7 behind City Posh, which is a lot further back than you would expect him to come out at. As I've just seen, I think that's Pagani being overtook there. But FTRL Panda into turn 1. Panda on for an excellent result at the moment in the lead of the race, and he's moving away from the challengers behind. But yeah, what's going on with Yarham? I don't know. As Michael C pits in, so does Goy. So Aaron moves back up to P8. Lee Cole moves up to P9 on the hard tyre. Lee Cole started further down the field, and he's had a solid race so far. Lee Cole moving up, so should we go over now? Panda extending this gap now from behind. Wesker kind of stemmed the kind of battle a little bit with Corboy behind. He's kind of started moving away again slightly, so he's stopped that. Stopped Corboy coming too close to him now. Put his foot down a little bit. Corboy closing a little bit though on the straight with the DRS. Yellow flag. Is that Megatron's had an off? Just having a look there, Megatron's had a moment through turn 1. So he's down the back, not enjoying life at Zandvoort in the Renault, unfortunately. But Panda 2.6 seconds away now from Captain Chubbs. So extending that gap even more as Hammer Time Brutus into the pits. There stops. Panda looks in a very good position at the moment to take the race win. Pagani not coming in yet, but I imagine he'll be in soon. Captain Chubbs is going to catch up to the back on the moment, but he could do Will a favour here, Panda a favour here, by just kind of slowing those Haas cars behind them down a bit, because as you know at Zandvoort it's not the easiest place to overtake. It could be a bit of a cork in the bottle here, Pagani. It doesn't look like you can overtake unless you're within about 4 times, 5 times coming through that last corner. So they're going to lose a little bit of time behind Pagani here, these guys, and they can't really afford to lose that much time behind Pagani, because, well, his offhand runner is 3 seconds now ahead of Captain Chubbs. So they really need to get a move on if they have any chance of winning this race. At the moment they're going to really need to get a bit of a move on. Yeah. But at the moment it's now 3.4 seconds, so just showing what I meant by that. They're getting slowed down quite a bit by having Pagani directly in front of them and nowhere really to overtake. So at the moment all Will's going to do is just keep extending that gap, and he's not really going to have any opportunity to go anywhere. Pagani does dive into the pits, so that's really Captain Chubbs. He's got DRS still because he was in a second at the detection point, so he's 3.4 seconds now behind Will. So Panda is going to, Will is going to have a big gap there now. They're going to have to put their foot down if they want any chance. Pagani is going to come out P8, is that? Yeah, P8, just behind Aaron, and he's on much fresher tyres, so looking good for a P7 finish. Pagani there in the Alpha Tauri, so I'm sure he'll be quite happy with. City Porsche Blue in P5 with Yorham just behind, and then we've got Corboy just hovering in and out around the DRS kind of range of Wesker in front. A big moment there on the exit though, that's not going to help. Just on the power, didn't help much that. Wesker outside of the DRS range of Captain Chubbs, who's starting to get a bit of a move on now, but he's extending the gap away from Wesker, so that's kind of growing, but the gap to Will is still growing as well. It's now up to nearly 4 seconds. So I mean, barring any misses at the moment, it looks like it's Will's race to lose here. Slightly fresher tyres as well. Remember, he pitted later and it seemed to work out for him. Wesker's back in DRS range of Captain Chubbs. He's obviously not had the best run through their first few corners, so Corboy beginning to drop off as well, so Corboy needs to get a bit of a move on. He did have that moment we've seen there, and City Porsche Blues starting to close in on him now as well, as he did extend that gap to about 3.8 seconds before the pit stops to Corboy, but now all of a sudden he's starting to claw up to the back of the other racing point. Yorham's within touching distance now. Oh, what's happened with Wesker and Captain Chubbs? Oh, Captain Chubbs, what's he done? Captain Chubbs has had a moment. He's just dropped down 2 places. Where was that? Looks like that was once again possibly on the exit where we've seen Corboy have a moment. So Captain Chubbs has dropped down now to P4 behind Corboy, and City Posh is now right on the back of him, and he's going to get past him now with DRS, and he's letting everyone through as well. What's going on? Captain Chubbs has now dived in the pits. Doesn't look like he's got a punch or whatever. I mean, that's odd. So Captain Chubbs, that's kind of ruined his race. Dives in the pits now, puts on the medium tyre. So I don't know what's been happening there. That's an odd one. But anyway, that's helped well even more now. He's 5.2 seconds now. City Posh followed closely by Yarham once again. Michael and Mikey and Captain Chubbs having a battle. Captain Chubbs comes out of pits. Mikey getting past Michael, and now Michael is going to have to deal with a Captain Chubbs trying to go around his outside and make touch nearly, and he just did a bit there. Captain Chubbs on those fresh medium tyres. Michael now looking to find a way past, but Captain Chubbs just about squeezed through there, through the fast section, so up into P10. But don't know what that was about, that odd strategy choice. Not sure what was going on there. Don't know if he had a bit of a wing. Didn't look like he had any wing damage, but I'm not sure. Odd decision, unless he did, I guess, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm right on the back of City Posh Blue. Oh, had a good last sector there. Purple with that DRS. Pagani gets past Aaron and the DRS down at turn 1. 6 seconds now, the gap out front. He's really put his foot down all of a sudden now, and Mikey's going to be having to defend shortly from very fast catching Captain Chubbs on fresh tyres. So can Mikey do anything to defend as he comes through sector 1? Now you've got this fast section, that's not going to help him on the outside, and Michael's going to have to go. Michael nearly went in the back of him there. So much overspeed. Mikey just having a big old moment there on the exit, and Captain Chubbs won't have to do any passing, so Mikey has just helped him out there. So Captain Chubbs up to P9 now. Oh, Mikey's wide again. I think he just needs to breathe and get his momentum back there, as that was nearly on the curb and spinning into the wall as well there. And only 4 attempts away. Can he get back past Michael as they come through the next DRS straight? Need to watch out though. Look at Zombie not far behind. He's on slightly fresher medium tyres. Mikey's on very. Mikey going to be able to get those medium tyres to the end? I doubt it. He's been on the 8 laps, so I think Mikey actually might have another stop to do. He's gaining, but not enough. He's not going to be close enough at the end of the straight. He's going to have to set back and try it next lap. City Posh is right on the back of Corboy. Now, all of a sudden, I mean, Corboy's right on the back in fairness of Wesker. City Posh has all of a sudden put himself in contention for a podium. All of a sudden, he's had a really good second start to this stint. Corboy as well. Both of these guys, they started on the 4th row, 7th and 8th, and they've both put themselves in podium contention. Going side by side here, City Posh and Yarham. Yarham trying to go past around the outside there. Nowhere to really overtake. So City Posh keeps ahead. See, Yarham will be better just waiting here and waiting for City Posh to catch up as he was doing to the back of Corboy, and doing it that way and then trying to get past at the moment. And as you can see, that's not really helped. The gap ahead is now Cowboy right on the back of Wesker, the same just behind with Yorham and City Posh. And Pagani behind them, P6, Aaron's not far behind again. Zombie's got past Mikey up into P11 and he's now in DRS range. The car ahead, nothing gonna happen here. No car really close enough to make it move. Need to be brave diving from that range. So 7.6 seconds out front now. Really impressive so far here from FTRL Panda. As of yet, not really seen any penalties come up. Yeah, I mean, it's not really a place you get many penalties in fairness. It's only the second to last corner on the outside, I think, is one of the main places. Other than that, I'm not sure there's many places you can get a penalty here, which may be why you're not seeing much in terms of penalties come up, as you usually do. A bit of a battle now going on between these three, as Zombie, as I said, got past, but he's now got Michael C right in front, and Mikey not far behind as well. Zombie's looking for a way through ahead. Michael, excellent qualifying, but his race pace just hasn't been there where his qualifying pace was, sadly. Is that Michael running a little bit wide there? Mikey even, sorry. Running a tad wide. Zombie has the pace at the moment over Michael. Still that battle out front as well. Keep an eye to see if there's any overtakes possibly, and we'll switch back quickly. Zombie didn't have the best run there for the chicane, but then just Mikey, big moment on the exit. Put the power down. Can Zombie get a good run here? He can. He's got a decent run. Mikey dives into the pits, so that's going to release Zombie. And Michael free to battle. Zombie going to try and go round the outside. Not really anywhere to go there. Wasn't really far enough along the outside to possibly do a move. Ooh, a bit of a lock up there, and then the left-hander. Nothing really happening, no. Back on board with this big battle here for P2 between Wesker, Cowboy, City Posh Blue and Yarham. 2 racing points, an Alpha and a Haas, all fighting for the podium places. 8.7 seconds out front. I think, barring any issues, first is about nailed on, but Yarham is going to be right on the back of City Posh into turn 1. He's going to go down the inside. City Posh tries to defend round the outside. He's going to have the run round the outside. Excellent defensive driving from City Posh. Absolutely fantastic defensive driving. He knew where he wanted to put his car and just got the run through there. Good defensive driving from City Posh. Very, very good. Keeping your hand behind. All these guys on similar. Only 1 or 2 laps difference on the tyre life. Michael's been on it the longest, but I mean, as I say, only a lap or 2 difference between the 4 of them. Look at a big old gap behind though, so they're free to battle. 12.3 seconds behind to Pagani. Aaron's now went out of DRS range, and they're following closely behind each other. After Pagani got past, dropped off slightly now. Captain Chubbs is on the back of Leaco on those stress medium tyres. That's a little different strategy. City Posh out of the final corner. Cowboy gaining, but I don't think he's going to be close enough. No, just needs that extra couple of hundred metres there, and he gets past that. You really need to be very, very close on that straight, or use a hell of a lot of ERS and overtake to get past. There's no real way other than turn 1 to get past, unless someone ahead makes a bit of a mistake. So these 4 still very closely together on the track. Who is going to get the podium out of these 4? Zombie retired. What's happened to Zombie? Oh, I think he's actually retired in the pit lane. I think he might have had night shift possible to go for, so I think that's why he's retired. Obviously with a delay, sadly I don't think he could complete the end of the race, so that's why he's not been able to continue. Right, anyway, let's have a little look what's happening. Yeah, City Porsche closer this time to the back of Cowboy, but because he's got DRS ahead of him, nowhere really to go here. They're all just not close enough. Gonna come. So this car disappears now, which allows green flags to come back out. So these guys can get back on with the racing. So City Porsche looks very close to the back of Cowboy around here. Seems to have the. Let's have a look at their ERS. I mean, Cowboy's not got much ERS in fairness at all. Look at that, 10%. City Porsche 52%, 9%. So City Porsche is in an excellent place in terms of his ERS. So I mean, it looks from this point, Captain Chubbs has come into the pits again. What is Captain Chubbs doing with the strategy? I have no idea. I don't know what he's doing. He's back. He's now out on the softs. So what's happening? I don't know. But in terms of these four, City Porsche is by far in the best place. He's now at 67%. So in terms of overtake, I think City Porsche is just waiting for the right moment here. But he's comfortably got the best DRS situation. Yarham's right on the back of him though this lap, but he's going to be able to use a little bit of his ERS. And he's not going to be close enough. Yarham brakes later, but around the outside. City Porsche just had enough there. And the defence with his ERS to keep ahead. Now he's right on the back of Cowboy again. Cowboy's had a bad run as well, so this might be his chance. City Porsche use a tiny bit of his ERS there, but is he going to be close enough for the right hander? He's right alongside now, near enough. He's only 2 tenths away. Nearly pushing him around the corners. If he can keep possibly as close as this, he might have a chance down at the chicane. Really close. He's only 3 tenths away. He's going for a bit more of an inside line. Gets a good run as well. Out there, it's 3 tenths away, but he's not going to be close enough still. It's just a bit of a slipstream DRS trade at the moment, and with it being so difficult to overtake here, it makes it even more difficult when everyone you're battling around has got DRS. So it's just a bit of a 4-car battle at the moment. Nowhere to really go. City Porsche though, using his ERS now. He's right there. Can he possibly think about doing a move? He's trying, but there's just nowhere to really go. But he had a good exit there, but there's nowhere really in the next section here to really go to get an overtake. Might be able to get a good exit and then have a chance through here. He has an excellent exit. City Porsche, he's right on the back now. He's looking for a way past. He's gonna Cowboy defends. City Porsche looking to get a bit of a move on. He's using his ERS now. It's down to 20%. He needs to get past soon. Nearly taps the back, I think. I don't know if he even maybe did tap tiny. He slammed on the brakes there. He's going all the way around the outside, but he's not got the best exit that time. There's just nowhere to go around here for overtaking. It just makes so tight racing around here, and just nowhere to overtake. So they're just all 4 of them as they were. 7 laps remaining. The gap out front 11.8 seconds. Well, isn't a land of his own at the moment here. Out front, Cowboy really close to the back. Now Wesker, is that Wesker coming into the pits? He does. Wesker comes into the pits. He must not have thought he could get to the end, so that's released Cowboy and City Porsche. City Porsche now is in an excellent place to take P2. Cowboy, no DRS, no ERS whatsoever. City Porsche has a little bit, but the thing is now, Cowboy has not got that DRS to save him from City Porsche in front now. So City Porsche having the fight here for P2. Well, City Porsche doing excellently so far. Now Wesker's come out just behind the back of Pagani. So Wesker's going to try and have to overtake Pagani now as well. Pagani and Wesker, there we go, on board with this battle here. Wesker trying to find a gap through. We'll switch. He's going to go try and go round the outside. Then we need to switch back to Corboy. Is right beside City Posh, but doesn't get it. Overtook. Wesker's got past Pagani. Pagani must have made a mistake there on the outside. Pagani though, he's got the DRS. Pagani goes down back down the inside. Wesker. Pagani's down the inside. Wesker round the outside. Very close together, but Wesker keeps P5. Pagani drops back down to P6 on those soft tyres. Now, this battle for P2 is still continues. Wesker's got 14.7 seconds to make up. These three battling though, and the tyres going off. You never know, but he's not really going down the gap much at the moment. He needs to be closing 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds, 3 seconds a lap to possibly close right up to the back of them. And at the moment, these guys all look pretty comfortable. The tyres don't look too bad. He's gaining now. He's gained a second in the last sector. Right on the back now, City Posh. As they come through the straight, gonna have a little bit of ERS to use. Not much though. And he's going to be round the outside. The two racing points battling round the outside goes City Posh. He's going to have the outside line. Oh, he's round. He's in the wall. He's broke his front wing. Round the outside. Didn't look like they touched. I think they just... He's had a moment. City Posh. He had all the time in the world there. On the outside, and he's just... got two... He's went too quickly on the throttle, and into the wall he goes from City Posh. Big opportunity there, City Posh. And also, was that Yarham's made a mistake as well? Yarham's had a big mistake. He's made a big mistake in City Posh now, dropping down the order with that wing damage. But Wesker's also had a big old moment. Not Wesker, Yarham, sorry. Had a big old moment. Megatron's parked up as well. I think Megatron's had an accident as well. I can just see that through the right hander just before, after the long right hander. I don't know if he was just getting out of the way of someone because he started up again now. But Wesker now 7.9 seconds behind. Yarham obviously struggling on the tyres towards the end of this stint, but Wesker's not gaining particularly much. You'd expect him to be gaining seconds and seconds every sector with those soft tyres compared to those very worn hards of Yarham, Corboy. But it's just not really doing anything at the moment, and City Posh, sadly for him, in the pits putting on those soft tyres, and he's going to drop down all the way behind Lee Cole coming out in P8. So that mistake's very costly for him, and at the moment still doesn't look like much is happening between Wesker and Yarham. The gap is not closing anywhere near as much as you'd probably think. Hammer time. He's got Mikey just behind on fresher tyres, fighting for P10. Keep an eye on this battle. Hammer time though, keeping ahead at the moment. Wesker still not gaining, so who's that he's coming up against? That's the ghost car of Bernard. Bernard left, I think. That's a ghost car, or a lap car, but it still should be getting out of the way. He shouldn't be having to ghost through lap cars as much as they're ghosting. They should just get out of the way, because it puts you off doing that. Michael C. Oh, what's happened to Michael C? This ghost car, he's left the session. I don't know if he's lagged out or something in the end. But it looks like Wesker has managed to, he's got P4, but he's not managed to close anywhere really ahead of him, so the podium looks to be Panda, Cowboy, and provisionally Yarham, but I imagine Yarham will get a substantial penalty for not starting on the correct tyres. So I believe it will be Wesker that will move up into P3, I would suspect. But depending on penalties, City Porsche moves up against Michael. Michael has left the session, so his car has ghosted. So City Porsche moving back up. Panda, all of a sudden, the gap's beginning to close quite a bit. It's closed 3 seconds. Don't know if those tyres have fallen off the cliff. Both on 22 lap old hards. Really a long time for any tyre to go. It's closing down quite quickly. I think Panda has just all of a sudden just those tyres fell off the cliff, and he's just trying to get it to the end now. You can tell by the way he's running, he's not taking big lines at all. I mean, his sector, his lap here 1:15.6. Compare that to Corboy, who's doing a 1:13.8. So he's lapping very, very slowly at the moment. Well, but he's made enough of a gap that he can just stroll round here at a leisurely pace and come home to take the win of round 1 of performance, and could he become a 3-time champion of performance. You wouldn't rule it out. 7.5 seconds, it's closing quite quickly. He's not having a good time of it now on those tyres. Not nice. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. I think his tyres have fell off the absolute cliff here towards the end of this race. 6.1, 6.2. It's really closing. A couple of more laps, and you was talking about Corboy getting on the back here. Well, clearly, we're telling about tyre wear. Clearly, that Alfa Romeo is not particularly good on its tyres. It's good enough that he's gonna come home round the final corner and well led from very early on and takes the win. Corboy is gonna come home in P2, and then Yarham provisionally is going to take P3, but I imagine there'll be a big old drop off there. Wesker is going to come home to take P4. Pagani is going to come home to take P5. Then we've got Aaron in the Williams, comes around to take P6. And then it's going to be Wesker coming round, not Wesker? Lico even, sorry, coming around the final corner to take P7. Moves up quite a bit there. Probably the biggest mover in terms of the track, Lico. City Porsche, be disappointed. Had the pace to be P2 there. P8 for him. Hammer time is going to come across the line just ahead of Mikey in P10. And then you've got, I think it was Chubbs behind in P11. FTRL Panda takes the win. Pagani, driver of the day. So I think Pagani moved up a fair few places as well. So, is it possible that FTRL Panda could become a 3-time champion? Nice victory there for FTRL Panda. So there it is, Panda takes the win. Corboy P2, Yarham provisionally takes P3. We'll see what happens. Starting the wrong tyre. Wesker P4, Pagani P5, Aaron P6, Leacock P7, City Porsche probably a bit disappointed with P8. Then P9 you've got FTRL Hammer Time, Just Mikey around at the top 10. Then we've got Captain Chubbs P11, Michael, Brutus, Goy and Bernard Megatron, and Zombie retired earlier on. So the point system for this is 20 for the win, and then it goes down. So we'll do a couple of podium interviews and get a couple of in. Oh god. So I think we'll get some previous winners in for a chat for the first race. So why don't we get Aaron Pagani and where is FTRL Panda? So many FTRL folk in my blooming thing. Oh, FTRL Panda must be appearing offline or something because I can't see him on my. It's going to be one, isn't there? Right, there he is. Right, got all the winners in. Oh. Oh, cheers, Scuba. Appreciate it.
Hello.
Evening, gentlemen. We'll start with our winner and last season's champion, season 4 of well done on your win. After about the opening 6 or 7 laps when you're battling for the lead, after that it became very straightforward and you just kind of moved away.
Yeah, it was quite nice. Thankfully, I think Johan bottled it by starting on the wrong tyres.
Yes.
So he absolutely bottled it. Chubbs bottled it. And Wesker came in a bit too early, so after that it was quite easy.
Yeah, you seem to, the last 2 or so laps were you just kind of trying to get to the end without having a puncture on your tyres because you were about 4 seconds or something off your pace you were doing in the last 2 laps, so that the tyres just kind of fall off the cliff at the end.
I was tyre saving massively. When I crossed the line they were on 76%.
Yeah, I thought that. It was about
left.
12.5 seconds and it crossed the line. I think it was like 5.5 or something, so.
Yeah, I think if I kept going normally I would have been on about 82% or so and I probably would have exploded.
Yeah, probably not there. A good idea. Right, since you are a former champion, you've just won the opening round. Is it possible? Do you think you can become a 3-time winner?
I mean, that's the aim. 3 times. That'd be beautiful. I mean, I will be in a Williams for the entire rest of the season. So we will see. We will see.
Well, hopefully we can see a good old battle this season. But well done on the win again.
Thank you.
I think we'll move on to FTRL Pagani. I think was it P4? P5? P4?
P5 on the road, but obviously Johan put the wrong tyres on, so that's a P4.
P4. Woo! You started obviously on the different strategy, and I think you were the longest runner on the medium tyre. You were a lot longer than everyone else, so obviously your car, and you managed your tyres very well because the kind of race came towards you at the end and you managed to get P5.
I just went with what Jess said. Like he said, come in lap 16, so I thought, he must know what he's talking about. He always normally does. That's Jeff here, isn't it? No, obviously there was a few incidents. I think City Porsche bottled it.
Oh yeah, that was a massive bottle. Massive.
I very nearly killed Mikey on lap 1.
Oh.
He spun at the penultimate corner, and I just slammed on the brakes and lost about 4 places.
Yeah, we saw Mikey have a couple of moments there.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, got my head down. I saw the back of Aaron's Williams and I thought, that looks juicy, so I'm going after that. And got my head down.
Well, once again,
I will come from behind me after the pit stop and I thought, yeah, I'm not going to fight that.
No, no point. We saw that. I thought you might have just slowed down, but like, on you go, just let me pass. Well, obviously, you're once again, you've won as well, off Formula Performance. Are you just going to hope for some podiums this season, or do you think you can possibly put up a bit of a fight?
If FTRL Hammer Time does every race, I think I can win the championship. No, I mean, I'm quite happy that I'm sort of representing Div 2, but I mean, sod it, well, why not go for it?
Yeah.
I'm probably going to crash, but
I mean, I think we'll see a few crashes with some of the cars that are having to run.
I mean, if I can stick in front of Aaron, I've done fairly well. But he'll probably put himself in a Williams. So
yeah, that's always true. Definitely. Well done. Hopefully you can have a couple of good races.
Thank you, and I'll try not to be here again.
Right, I think we'll go on to Mr. Williams, who sadly tonight had the sadness of having to run around one of the trickiest circuits on the F1 calendar in a Williams, but managed to get P6, was it? So obviously it wasn't too bad.
No, it was. I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest, mate. It's yeah, with Yaram's penalty as well.
That's
puts me up to what, P5.
Can't ask for much more than that.
All things it's ridiculous, really. To be honest with you, the Williams isn't as bad as what it's been on the previous games. It's just, I don't know. You just have to be sensible in how you manage it. It wasn't fun, I can tell you that much. Purely on the basis that, especially when the Netherlands I absolutely love that track. Like, it's possibly now one of, if not my favourite circuit.
Ooh. Used to be Canada, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it's either that or Canada. I absolutely love this track. So it was annoying, especially from the fact that Pagani was just slipping away by like 2/10 every lap, and no matter what I did, like, I genuinely couldn't get into 8th gear down the start-finish straight. like, if you watch, honestly, if you go back on board with me, I didn't get into 8th, and then I had DRS, and then that was only just. But no, it was really, really good fun, mate. It was good fun, but at the same time, it was painful, because I know I can be fast around there, but mate, I'll take the points every day of the week.
Well, obviously, I mean, since you're probably going to get P5 with the Williams, you're going to possibly be in the Williams quite a lot this season, I'd imagine.
Well, hopefully not, but yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. But if you're obviously going to be in one of the slower cars most of the season. So I think your task is going to be a lot trickier if you want to possibly win another performance. I mean, you won it. Was it season 1 you won it? I think it was.
Yeah, first season. Yeah.
So it's not going to be easy.
It's going to be tricky, but I think if I can be around the two chaps that I'm in the party with now, if I can be around these two for the course of the season, I know I'm in with a good chance. The three of us, I think we're the only people to win performance in terms of a championship. So, I mean, Will's, as the way I see things, like, Panda is the one to beat. With performance is just the way that it works. But I mean, the good thing about it is when you look at the allocations, like if you look at the slower 4 cars, so to speak, there's about 7 or 8 of us that are so close on pace that it is literally just going to rotate. So for argument's sake, even though I came what is technically 5th in a Williams tonight, the 4 lads in front of me were all in the 1 car up, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you could easily make a case for swapping that round completely. So it's going to be really closely matched all through the season, but I think it's going to be stupidly close, especially with the point system being 1 point per position. So no, it's exciting, man. I'm so happy it's back.
Yeah, so man, hopefully we have what happened last time there was performance and it went down to the last few laps. And I imagine it probably will again this season. Hopefully.
Well, I would have thought that given the point system that it will go down to the final race regardless.
Yeah.
Because even with the odd retirement here or there, all people have got to do technically is finish the race, and they're in with a chance. So even if I finished 5th to 8th every single race, I could still have a chance going into the final week of the season. So the prospect of going into that final race at Austria with like 5 or 6 people that win the championship is really exciting, especially on a 6-week season. So,
yep, definitely. Well, thank you very much for doing coming in. So that concludes this evening's action. Next week we are at, I said it earlier on, I can't remember now. Baku, that was it. Oh god, that's going to be an interesting race to commentate on. So we've got Baku next week. Obviously tomorrow we've got Div 1 with Lico. Div 2, I imagine it will be Aaron on Wednesday. And then obviously GT will be back next week. But thank you everyone for watching and have a nice day.